Hi there. Welcome to Congratulation. You and me have become advanced React developers. To learn React, what confused me doesn't need you, future learners from my video. First, what confused me? Component architecture, routers, declarative programming. Component architecture. Here is a product of React application, website, web application. Here is a link, interactive HTML document, home, and nothing to see different from this side of looking, different from any HTML dynamic website. F12, the final product of React, we can see here in elements. Okay, I can zoom. If we expand this divide root plus container, all this, look at a href attribute. It is HTML tag a for link. List, here is a list. Left side of its menu. Again, HTML element, HTML tag for link, a href equal address. And here we have the right side of our etc. It is complete HTML page, HTML document with links, HTML links. But when we look in our React application code, script, we don't see link like it is here. It means React produce HTML web page, but by component architecture. Component architecture is surprised. It was new for me and very, very confused situation, very confused architecture. And because of component, here we need a router. Here in index.js, we can see when application start, object root, and method render, configure this root orders of root of component. And here in home page, we have a component app.js, component blog post menu.js. When we open component app.js, when we open, we see that inside of that there is a blog post menu, left component, and all that component create what we see HTML page, architecture structure. It is first surprised, confusing, new paradigm in React, what we must learn. And because of component, we cannot use address HTML tag for address, because in that time all page would be loaded with all component, all page, but we must have routers because we upload only, we render, we upload only component. And now it is interesting, only component in which state changes. What is state? Variable. But that state, we must have state, variable state, and we must have function what changes that state. How? Immutable state, immutable way, immutable update. It is, and here coming something, for example, here, it is a component blog post menu, a blog post menu. Look at now. The structured assignment, where we have to declare two variables. But first is a state. Second is function what change that state. And this component concretely, when set post change post state, that moment go re-rendering of that component. What means in language before, loading, refreshing, new component. Not all page, only that component. And after all that, nobody said me that all that what we see is declarative programming. Declarative programming is higher level of high language programming. What we high language programming. It is now high language programming, but declarative is the top level of programming today. And before that, and we know for imperative programming. Imperative programming means we all said. We declare variables, what we need. After that, we manipulate with that variables. We create class. And after that, we have object, born object, scope object. But now look at, we have import something. Why that import? Import something here from something. Import Axios from Axios. And you ask, why? How I remember what I must import? Absolutely confused. And after that, we have function. And in that function, we have the structured assignment. We have use effect. Here is a dependency of that use effect. We have a method of posts is array. We have method of array. All it was 2015 news. It exists in other languages, but first in JavaScript 2015, it was JavaScript 6 version, for example. And all that was for me confused because I stopped work with Java maybe 210, or better say 10, and no. Yes, I stopped about that year's 2015 use Java. It was vanilla, and that year's start all that news, revolution news for JavaScript. It is array method for new method, lot of method for array, etc. And Declarative programming, all this is declarative. For example, we declare this. It is strange to me, confused to me how we can declare something, and it is both variables. I don't see that it is function. For me, function, I know only for defining function or calling function. This is a variable for me. And yes, here it is variable also, because here is a variable equal function and function equal variable. And every row, every statement here is declarative, is said something and why, what is it? For example, declarative means that we something want, but we don't know how. We don't say how. Also here is, we want two variable, post and set post, but we don't know how create it, but use state know it. Use state know it. And when you take practice, so that is very, very elegant and very, very useful. Excellent, you love it. What would I say in my first video if I today start with the React School for total beginners? It would be, what confused me doesn't need you. First, component architecture. 2, routers. 3, declarative programming. Declarative programming. All confusion for me is from this 3 point. And now, when you know what would be confused for you also, you will not be confused, because we know what we have in front of us. Thank you for watching this video.